This has been a video that I've been sitting on for a very long time. And I didn't really know how to approach it. I had an idea as to how I wanted to come to you guys and deliver it. And that was to essentially finish off the rest of these Dan reactions, get them out there just so that they could be done. And at that point, aside from the abysmal viewership and engagement, I realized that, wow, I really don't care about doing this because no one else seems to at the same time. And we've been down this road plenty of times before, and I'm back here to kind of remind everybody how crappy YouTube and just doing content creation in general can be. It can feel very rewarding when things are going great, and then it can really do something to you on a mental, emotional, and spiritual level. Now, I've been doing everything that I can to take care of myself in all those fields, especially physically, but I got to admit to you guys, I don't know what to do with this channel. There's been times where I'll have moments where I'll put out a reaction and it'll do well for itself. But then I'll put out a video or a series of videos for a series that you would think would garner a lot of attention, and my videos would get caught up in the algorithm of people searching this particular series. I guess we'll use Dan for the example. But even if we were to talk about the Dragon Ball Daima reactions, I mean, if you've been a fan of mine for a long time, you'll know that I've been doing this for a long time now. And our biggest break, I would say, was back in the Dragon Ball Super days. But unfortunately, it's not the same. And it hasn't been. And the platform has changed. The algorithm is always changing. And there's certain bits of content that just work, and there's certain bits that just don't. And sometimes it seems like certain people are kind of not affected. And that's the easiest way I can put it. Unfortunately, I am one of those channels that, despite being around for as long as I have, and despite having what was 49,000 subscribers, and that has since dropped back down to 48,900 something, I say this again, I really don't know what to do. So thankfully, there is a silver lining and there is a light at the end of all of this. And it is that I have been at least taking my ideas and my energy and my passion to just wanting to do this full time and kind of redirecting it somewhere else. And I don't really mean for this to be a video where you guys just get redirected to any of my other content platforms. But in all seriousness, I mean, it is what it is. I find having more fun doing video game content and being able to stream and having like a more direct engagement line with you guys way better than taking whatever anime or whatever is happening, doing a reaction video, and then just hoping that it does well. Because even if it's something that's popular, that doesn't guarantee me anything. It doesn't guarantee the channel anything. It doesn't mean that we're gonna finally push through and get to that 50,000 subscriber mark, or better yet, to 100,000. Because I once thought that there was a play button for 50K, and I was wrong. It's 100. So it's like, okay, well, the goal is all the way over there, and a million is, yeah, I don't know about that one. So this is like sort of a damper, and especially if you're like in an area where it's just been raining like every freaking day, it's kind of like, okay, let's just get this video out of the way so that way I don't have to keep like thinking about how I want to do this. As far as the Dan reactions go, we have 7 uploaded, and thanks to my boy Bernensky, he's actually been a humongous help because he's been taking on certain bits of responsibility that I, not gonna lie, have had no time for. As I get older, as I said in previous videos and previous streams, it just doesn't get any easier, and more responsibilities kind of just pile on. Some things outside of all of this content stuff needs my attention, and to be very honest, the little time that I do get, I would rather spend it elsewhere where I feel like it's going somewhere, or it at least feels fulfilling to me. And right now, and for a long time, not gonna lie, doing anything that involves anime reactions and Dragon Ball has really taken me out mentally in regards to any of that stuff. I really think that in order to be successful doing anything that you want to do, you have to like it. You know, you have to really enjoy it. And like, it goes without saying, like, I love Dragon Ball and I love doing like reaction based content, but like, this is, I guess, for a lack of a better phrase, probably one of the more humbling experiences that any content creator can get. And hopefully, if you're watching this and you can relate to this, I hope that, you know, what I'm about to say connects with you. This isn't it. And what I mean by that is, I'm not going to force myself just because I love something to continue doing it. And that something is Dragon Ball stuff. And that also, the other something is just anime content in general. Because, you know, we did the podcast, Full Power Podcast, and it was very stale. It was not growing. It did not push anything. I tried a lot of different things, and it just didn't really seem to get anywhere within a fair amount of time that I was allowing it to. But then I go and stream on my game channel, and I'm playing other games. I'm interacting with people in real time. And like, I have seen more growth there, even though it's very small, but growth is growth, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I have to take every W that I can get, especially since this is something that I'm trying to do full time. So when it comes back around to what we're talking about here for this channel, I really don't know what to do, because if I just continuously try to put out more anime reactions and I keep getting the same like lack of any sort of type of result, I'm truly going to really not care and just let this channel just go, and not like delete it, not like, you know, any of those things, because let's face it, and I'm going to be very realistic, and I don't know, like, this video kind of might seem like a mess already because I'm kind of bouncing all over the place, but that's kind of why I didn't know exactly how to approach this, because this is in a way some sort of, I don't know, mental checkup that I'm putting out there, and, you know, making myself pretty vulnerable to this, because, you know, no one's perfect, and I'm not, and I think a lot of people, they approach this content thing and they put on like a facade. And I'm not trying to call anybody out and say like, you know, anyone's fake, but what I am saying is that as a content creator, like, everyone always tries to put their best face on and their best foot forward, and like, to try to ignore all those emotions and those feelings and to press onward, it's not healthy. You know, it's really not healthy. Like, I love watching anime and I love experiencing, like, watching all that stuff with you guys, especially because, like, I started a second Twitch stream just to do reactions for all of these things. But there's obviously a workload that comes with that, and with only me doing it for the most part, and the demand and all these other shows, it's like, I have a full-time job, and I'm actually taking an online course to try to get a better job, because quite frankly, this clearly isn't cutting it. I've been doing this for well over a decade. If you want to be technical, I mean, in a few years, it'll be 20 years, which really dates me, to be honest. And it makes me feel some type of way, because, you know, I've seen other people that have been around, whether they came after me or around the same time, and, you know, everyone's doing great for themselves, and honestly, good for them. It just sucks that I'm obviously here still trying to hack it, or just trying to get to a point where I feel safe enough to be like, all right, guys, we could do this full time now. I haven't had that moment yet, unfortunately. And over on my Uchi Games YouTube channel, I actually recently did a video where I was talking about, or not talking about, but I was reacting to a video that is something that's actually really important to me, because it has everything to do with an inspiration of mine, Maximilian Dood. And for those that don't know who he is, I mean, he is definitely, without question, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, fighting game YouTube channel on YouTube. And he's a genuine, very wholesome guy. And I've been watching his videos for years and years. And I love his content. And to a degree, I've kind of modeled some of the things that I've done over the years after him. And he actually responded to a question that I put out there on Twitter. And I broke down and cried because, for one, he's someone that I look up to. And for two, it was almost as if like he was talking directly to me. And what he said were things that I really connected with, because these were things that I already acknowledged and that I was already trying to execute at the same time. So to hear one of my guys that I really look up to basically tell me that, yeah, you're right, and what you're saying is accurate, it really means a lot. And so I'm trying to take that and apply it over to my video game stuff. Because for those that have really been following me for a long time, you already know that this channel was the original Uchi Games channel. I actually was trying to do video game content on this account, and then one thing led to the next. I started reacting to Pokemon trailers. Those things took off. Then I randomly decided, let me react to Dragon Ball Super episodes. And then the rest is history. Eventually, I was able to change the Uchi Games name to just Uchi. I made a separate account that was Uchi Games with a Z. And then eventually, I was able to slash the Z, put the S back on, and boom, here we are. So, I don't know. I know I'm going all over the place, and I'm just trying to make sure that I hit every mental point that I wanted to talk to you guys about within a reasonable amount of time. I know these videos can kind of drag, but yeah. And then I guess the other thing that I wanted to, I guess, put out there is that what I've noticed, funny enough, is that like my wrestling videos that I've done, which seem very random when you consider everything else that I've done in the past on this channel, do decent enough for themselves that I'm almost, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I should just do wrestling content on this channel, because the times that I've done wrestling content on this channel, despite doing a lot of anime stuff, does better than the anime stuff. And it's like the way of the flow of content, how it goes when you're doing all this content creation stuff, is you always go with what works, right? But then it's like, how do you tackle that when it's like you're trying to do something else? Well, it's like, well, you can't really force the wave, like try going up against the current. Like literally, try next time you go to a beach, or you hit up one of those theme parks that got the water john, where it's like coming at you and all these waves. Try going against it, see what happens. You're gonna get wiped out. Like that's literally and figuratively what happens. And funny enough, that is literally what's been happening with me trying to just put out all these reactions. Now I'm sure some of you might be like, well, why don't you give it a chance when season 2 starts? Well, that's the thing. I don't even know if I really want to anymore. Like, I want to enjoy the show for what it is when it comes out, and I can, watch it and stuff. But right now, it's like looking at the lay of the land and what I can manage. Right now, I really can't manage doing multiple channels across multiple streams when it's just me, Oos. That's it, Like, I'd rather right now do video game stuff, whether I'm just streaming and then I'm able to make some sort of highlight or review or unboxing type of content that's related to what I'm doing. Because let's face it, I've also been getting a lot of like partnerships with Poggers, with Turtle Beach, with Dueling Guard, and like all of those things are very video game or just game related, that will just go hand in hand with that channel. And with this channel, it's like, if you look at the last several uploads of mine, it's like the freaking Dan to Dan reactions are, again, doing abysmally. And then the DMC trailer reactions are destroyed, the Dan to Dan ones. So you'd think, oh, maybe you just do DMC. But like, again, it's I have to be mentally there, and I wanted to do them as they were coming out. And honestly, they dropped all the episodes right then and there. So, and if I'm not doing reaction streams because I don't have the time right now, it's like I work a 10-hour a day job. I come home, I shower, I eat. I don't have time to sit there, record a reaction, try to cut it up, get it out, and then go to bed just to wake up, 5 hours later and do it all over again. I'd rather take those little pockets of time and stream, interact with you guys, build the community up in that way. And to me, it's more rewarding that way than trying to do something, put it out there, and then see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But then you like keep scrolling and you'll notice like, well, it's like, yep, we have some of those Daima reactions. Of course they did well because Daima was, hot. But when you compare those reactions to other people's reactions, it's like I get lost in the shuffle so fast. And then you go and you start looking and seeing like some of these wrestling videos. You're just like, huh, these wrestling videos are doing way better than a lot of your recent reactions anyway. So what I'm trying to say is, guys, if I'm to keep doing content on this channel, it might have to be wrestling related, and I might just have to ixnay anime content altogether, which obviously hurts me to say, but one of the things with growing up and accepting all of these responsibilities that just come with the territory is you have to know when and where to adjust and to be realistic with yourself and your situation, and to not just try to be something that you're not. And what I'm not is Superman. I can't. I don't have the opportunities to do everything that I've set out and I've tried wanting to do. But here's another silver lining within that very small silver lining. I want to end this on a great note. I want anybody that has seen this to let me know how it made you feel. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Can you relate to what I'm saying? And if not, just put out whatever you want in the comments. Because honestly, I don't really think at this point, like, I'm going to get any sort of like, oh, go yourself type, like I would hope not. But, if that happens, I mean, it is what it is. But what I would love from y'all is to just check me out on my game channel. Check me out on my Twitch. Because right now, that is what I'm trying to do, and that is where I want to be. I want to build up that foundation there because of all of the relatable things that I got going on. I'm planning a big subathon for the Switch 2 launch. I'm a Capcom creator, so I already get games directly from Capcom for me to get early, for me to stream, for me to review, and all those things. It's gonna be a great time over on the Uchi Games Twitch and YouTube channels. And with that, I want to build the foundation of the real ones, the gang there, so that way in time we get to a point where I can then have extra help. I got hands on deck to help me put out more stuff, because that is ultimately and will always be what I want to do with my life. I want to entertain, educate, and enlighten, like I've been saying for years. I want to do content creation. I have understood. I was actually reading this book called Ikigai, and I don't remember exactly what the direct translation of what that means, but in rough words, it is essentially your purpose in life. Now, I didn't finish reading the whole book, but I read a really good chunk of it, and I want to say I'm almost about halfway done with it, but it talks a lot about finding your purpose in life and how that mindset has helped a lot of cultures around the world, not just in Japan, but a lot of cultures, how their life expectancies last a very long time, how they're able to live healthy and happy lives. And one of those things is having that purpose and knowing your purpose and feeling like you were put on this earth for a reason. And my reason is I want to do this. I swear I've only ever truly wanted one thing in this life, and that is to be a successful content creator that can sustain a family, build a community, and then some. That's it. So let's refocus, let's restructure, and check out my other stuff. Because right now, even though I'm very much leaning towards just doing wrestling stuff on this channel, I can't make any promises and say like I'm just going to start doing my wrestling reviews and this and that and whatever after Raws, after SmackDowns, after whatever. But what I am saying is that the anime content is basically coming to a halt. But with anime, there are games. And with games, there's a lot of fun to be had. I mean, like, I know y'all like Dragon Ball. It's like I've been getting into the Dragon Ball Super card game, you know? Like I got packs to open up, you know? Like there's games to be played. There's things to show off. Like I just can't do it here. All right? So if this is something that upsets you guys, don't be upset because it's not like I'm quitting. I'm not. I'm just restructuring. And with that restructuring, with that refocusing, that's going to give us some really good things to look forward to. And I hope that y'all don't take this the wrong way. And I hope that you guys hear me out and you really do go check me out where I'm going to be at. Because I'm not going to repeat everything I just said. So Uchi Games on Twitch, on YouTube, and even on Incredibly. I've been doing the superhero stuff. I've been doing the superhero stuff with fucking Housetop over on the Incredibly channel too. So, and thankfully, shout outs to Joey. He's been taking care of that channel. And that's the only, I'll tell you this full transparency, that is the only reason why I agreed to take on that venture, because he knows, he's been around for a long time. He knows what I've been going through. He knows what I've been doing when it comes to all these different things and these other, you know, accounts and channels and this and that. And he knows that I could not take on another bit on my own. So he is the editor. He is the producer. He is all that. And I am there to just be the second face and to help out on a creative level. And that's it. So big shout outs to that. So again, check us out on Incredibly too for the superhero stuff. And you know what? Maybe, who knows? Maybe in time this will be a full circle moment. And this channel will be the channel where I just do whatever the hell I want, react to whatever I want, review whatever I want. Remember when I used to do vlogs? I mean, who knows? That is the positive thing that I'm ending this video on, because this is not supposed to be this is not meant to be a negative video. This is meant to be a very enlightening video to tell you guys, don't quit. Just think, figure something out, restructure, refocus, rebuild. That's it. Take care of yourselves, guys. Make sure you are always taking care of yourselves first. And that's what I'm doing here. So hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Check me out on stream. Check me out on Uchi Games. Check me out Incredibly. I'll see you guys next time.